it's Clyde again, and I'm going to cut my vibrant soap. That's what I named it. And I've made this template for my for cutting out the paper to line my wooden mold, but I also have lines on it that help me to know where to cut my soap. That way I don't have to measure every single time, so that's very helpful. This is going to be a larger bar. I'm going to cut it in 9 pieces instead of little square bars. So I don't like to have to measure all the time, so these little guidelines make it much faster. Okay, and the soap is a little soft, so I don't think I'm going to be using my soap stamp today, but I'm going to cut them so that they can dry out, so I can in a couple days. So I am putting my face right above the blade so I can look to see that the blade is perpendicular to the table. Gets a straighter cut. It's a benefit of having a low table. My guideline cuts. One more cut. Okay, so there are my good size bars, and yes, they still are soft, so it's if I cut it and I put them on their sides like this, they'll dry out a little faster and more even because they sort of sweat if you keep them in the mold. So that looks pretty vibrant, and then I'll put my soap stamp right in the middle there, and then I'll complete this video. So that's all for this one right now until they dry out enough for me to do my stamp, and I'll finish these vibrant bars and show you some of the ones that I've been doing already. So this is what they look like, and doing some experimenting at the same time. And this one I don't think is as successful, and that's because I left the texture on the bar. You can see it if I hold it like this, and it kind of competes with the soap stamp. So what I do is I'm going to just plane the top a little bit. Just want to get some of that texture off of it. It doesn't have to be absolutely smooth, but just not enough to compete with the design. Takes a couple passes because it does have a deeper texture in it than I wanted. I tried to prevent some of that because I knew this would happen by pounding the soap down after I swirled it. So there's still some raised texture there, but that's going to be okay. I also don't want to waste soap. So the next step is to kind of position the soap. I think it looks better like this than like this, so I'm going to do that. And I've got my alcohol, and I'm going to wet the stamp and center it. And I just made this soap yesterday, so it's soft enough that I don't have to push it very hard. And I'm making sure I'm pressing it on the 4 edges so I don't get a partial image. And then in the middle, then I lift it up, and there it is. And then it needs just a little bit of cleanup to get some of that soap better pushed aside. So that's what I've been doing. Peeler, and I'll do this over here. Just clean up the edges. I'm not going to do this with all my soaps, but to add some variety to some of them, it's kind of nice. And then I just kind of carefully work out all little crumbs. But basically that's definitely have some more work to do as far as figuring out how much to push in, because I don't think it has to be pushed in a lot to get the image in there. So I want to compliment and thank and tell you all about a company in the UK called Laser Cutz, and worked with a guy named Dave, and he has some specifications on the designs that you submit to him. And some of the specifications are, he has a good site that shows you what to do and what not to do. And one of the things you can't do is put too many little tiny details, because little hairline lines will not show up well. So I took my vibrant soap image and converted it to something that would work, and that took a lot of drawings. I'm going to include that in this video. It took a lot of work, but you know, you're going to have that soap stamp for a long time, so you want it to be a good design. So I just sprayed my stamp again, making sure I push it on the edges. So I didn't push that one in as much, but it came out okay. I can read everything, and I'll clean that up later. Let me just do the last soap for you. You notice I'm not planing off all of the texture, just some of it. Let's see, my alcohol ready to clean it up a little bit. I pour a little bit, and I got a brand new toothbrush. Scrape away any soap crumbs that might interfere with the image. That one came out really nice. So it takes a little bit of practice, and that's it.